So now, introduction to loops. So basically what is loops? So sometimes a programmer wants to execute a group of statements a certain number of times. This can be done using loops. Based on this, loops are further classified into following main types. So the first type is for loop. So first we will take our marker. So the first is for loop and the second one is while loop. Okay. So basically what does for loop do? So this is here flowchart. This is our flowchart. You can also make this flowchart on your notebook. So for better logic building. So this is our flowchart, and what does flowchart do? So here enter while loop and test expression. If the expression is false, so exit while loop, and if the expression is true, then this is statements, and then again go to the test expression, again go to the text expression, and again if the condition true, then this code run, and again this is a cyclic process. Go to the test and execute this condition. So this is a cyclic process, and this is execute in this way. First go up, and then again if the condition is satisfied, then down. So in this way this makes a cycle. So this is basic overview of for loop and while loop. Now in detail, introduction to loops. Okay, so for loop and while loop. So the first one is for loop. For loops can iterate over a sequence of iterable objects in Python. So guys, what is iterable? First, what is eatable? Eatable means something that we can eat. Similarly, iterable means something that we can iterate. And iterables are, these are coming lectures topics, so we will discuss it later, but this is list, tuple and set. Okay, so for loops can iterate over a sequence of iterable objects in Python. Iterating over a sequence is nothing but iterating over strings, lists, tuples, sets and dictionaries. For example, here are one example of iterating over a string. So here a variable name, and this is its value Abhishek. So this is for block. This is for block syntax. So for I in name, if for I in name, print I, and then execute this code, and this is iterable objects. So ABHISHEK. So for better understand, we will run this code on Jupyter Notebook and then understand what this code say. Okay guys. So open your Jupyter Notebook. So here is our notebook, and give the heading, this is loops, and mark down it, and then press shift plus enter. So for loop, for example, if we can create a variable, this variable name, and then type here something, for example, hello world, and then using for loop to iterate this statement. Okay guys, so for I in range, and this range means here you can pass your variable value, which is name, and then colon, and this is indentation sign as we know that in the upper topics, and then print I, and then execute your code. So this is iterate means single run in sequence wise. Okay guys, so this is H, and next line E, and in the next line L O and space, and in the next line WORLD, hello world. So in this way we can print anything. For example, iterating over a list. Guys, as we know that how to create list in the previous video, in the video of variables and data types. So how to create list? For example, create a variable and write here colors name red, green, and what is your favorite color, blue, and then yellow, and use for loop for x in colors. So guys, what is this I, and this is x, so this I is used to iterate over a sequence of iterables. Okay guys, so for I in colors, and then print this x, so it will print here red, and then on the next line green, and then on the next line blue, and on the next line yellow. Okay, so in this way we can print anything. Similarly, we can use loops for lists, sets, and dictionaries. In the coming video, we will also understand what is list, set, and dictionaries. So guys, the next topic is range. What range do? So range. What if we do not want to iterate over a sequence? What if we want to use for loop for a specific number of times? For example, for k in 5 and print k. And print I. So here is the output, and we can also print for I in range 1 to 100, and this will print the counting numbers. So these are our output. These are counting numbers 1 to 99. So guys, note here the 100 is not include. Why 100 is not include? Because it starts from 1 and till day 99. 100 is not include, so 100 will not include here. Hence we can see that the loop starts from 0 by default and increments at each iteration, but we can also loop over a specific range. Okay guys, so this is a range function. So guys, here are cues for you. Cues. Explore about parameter of range, i.e. range x, y and z. Okay, so you can search this question on Google and solve it. So this is the for loop and range function. Now we will move to the next topic, which is Python while loop. As the name suggests, while loops execute statements while the condition is true. As soon as the condition becomes false, the interpreter comes out of the while loop. For example, here are variable, count variable. This is our variable. So this is variable. Guys, please understand my writing here. Okay. And what is this 5? So this 5 is its value. So while count is greater than 0, okay, while, so print count, and count equal to count minus 1. So what this minus, this is used for decrement. So this is decrement. Okay, so this is decrement operator. And if here plus, so it is called increment. Okay guys, so here is the output. Here the count variable is set to 5, which decrements after each iteration depending upon the while loop condition. We need to either increment or decrement the counter variable. The variable count in our case, or the loop will continue forever. So just open your Jupyter notebook and we will run this code. So count equal to 5, and here are while block, and here you can write your condition. Okay guys, so what is the condition? Condition is count greater than 0. Print count, and count equal to count minus 1, and execute your code. So here is the output. Similarly, you can also print count equal to 0 while count is less than 5. Print count and count equal to count plus equal to 1. So guys, what is this? Equal to plus. So basically this is count equal to count plus 1. Okay guys, so you can also write it in this way. So move to the next topic, which is else with while loop. So what else with while loop do? We can even use the else statement with the while loop. So basically what else with while loop do? It essentially what the else statement does is that as soon as the while loop condition becomes false, the interpreter comes out of the while loop and the else statement is executed. Note else here statement is executed. For example, else with while loop. X equal to y 5 while x greater than 0. So print x and x equal to x minus 1, and then else print counter is 0, and here is the output. So guys, we can also use else with while loop, else statement. Okay guys, so now here first we will create a cell and type here loops, I think. So here is our loop. So this is loop and this is iteration over list, and this is range function, and this is the question of range, and this is our QQs. So please solve it before coming to the next lecture. And this is while loop question, and this is while loop, and we can also use else with while loop. So guys, I hope you will understand what is loops, what is for loops, and what is while loops in Python. Now what we do, we will solve some questions, but before we can also understand what is do while loop in Python. So as what is do while loop? Do while loop is a loop in which a set of instructions will execute at least once, irrespective of the condition, and then the repetition of loop's body will depend on the condition passed at the end of the while loop. It is also known as an exit controlled loop. So guys, how to emulate do while loop in Python? To create a do while loop in Python, you need to modify the while loop a bit in order to get similar behavior to a do while loop. Okay guys, so the most common technique to emulate a do while loop in Python is to use an infinite while loop with a break statement wrapped in an if statement that checks a given condition and breaks the iteration if that condition becomes true. Okay, so here are example of do while loop. So what is the example of do while loop? So first, while true, okay guys, while true, so number take input from user and enter a positive number and then print this number, and if not number greater than 0, break. Okay, so guys, type here 1, so it will execute, and type here 4, it will also execute. But if we type -1, so it will stop. So this is the concept of do while loop. So now we will solve questions of loops. So guys, the first question is calculate the sum of natural numbers using for loop. Okay, so how to solve this question? So this is very important question, and this question will also come in your exams, college exams. Okay guys, so first we will create a variable sum equal to 0, and then we will use for loop for I in range, and then specify the range. So the range is specified from 1 to 4, and then colon, and then sum equal to sum plus 1. Okay guys, so basically we can now print sum. So now we will execute our code. So the output is 3. So guys, how the output is 3? So it starts from 1 and till the 3. 4 is not included here. So here comment 4 is not include. Okay guys, so 1 plus 2 plus 3. So the output is 3 plus 2 plus 1. So the output is 6. So the next question is calculate the product of n natural numbers using loop. Calculate the product of n natural numbers using loop. So create a variable named product and assign the value of product is equal to 1. Okay guys, now zoom in. For I in range, so the range is specified, so the range is 1 to 5, and here remember 5 is not include. Okay guys, it is start from 0 first index to 5th index, but 5th is not include 4th index. Okay guys, and then product plus equal to 1, and then print product. And this is multiply sign, so the output is 24. So in this way you can calculate this question. This question also called factorial.